So I'm at 28 Interchange Way Festival Condos. This building just went into interim occupancy and I'm standing inside of a brand new 2-bedroom condo. And in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about Festival Condos project because it is a very popular project here. There's a lot of people that want to move into these buildings because of the close proximity to VMC subway station, because of the close proximity to highways 400 and highways 407, and just the fact that the price points are very appealing. Now, because these buildings are in interim occupancy, most of the units that you see here are only available for lease. There are some units for sale, but primarily those are through assignment, because if you're going to be selling a unit during the interim occupancy stage, when the builder is technically still in possession of the unit and the owner of the unit, you need permission from them to advertise on the MLS. So let's check this unit out and just maybe why these buildings are so popular. So you see that they have a built-in wall kitchen design that we see frequently in other buildings as well. You have built-in appliances such as a built-in dishwasher, you have a deep sink, and a built-in fridge and freezer as well. One thing that really stands out to me about these units is that they all have 8.5-foot ceilings. So additional ceiling height does make the unit appear more open. And I always like corner 2 bedrooms because you do get a lot more natural light. And this is a unit that faces southeast. So you'd get a lot of light throughout the day. And there you see the entire VMC area in the background there. You see Transit City Condos, you see some of the other projects that are on Highway 7, and the VMC subway station is just on the back of that KPMG building. Now, I mean, I remember when this area was just basically like a strip mall. That was maybe only about 10 years ago. It's crazy how big this area got, and this area is going to continue to grow. And one of the things in the urban planning and design stages of this area is that they want people to be very reliant on public transit and having VMC station close by. And for residents that are moving into this area right now, there's not a lot of walkable amenities. I mean, I could see this area transforming and a lot more walkable things coming into this area, but right now the only things you can really walk to are maybe Walmart, maybe Costco, the Cineplex Plaza. Like, this is not like Midtown Toronto or downtown Toronto, but it's been designed as such. So for example, for Festival Condos, they're only permitted to have 0.33 parking spaces per unit. So what that means is that 1 out of every 3 units doesn't include parking. Sorry about that. So what that means is that 1 out of every 3 units doesn't actually include parking. In fact, you can only really get parking in 2-bedroom condos here as well. So I regularly get people that reach out to me and they want to rent a unit, but it doesn't have parking, and they have a car and they want to be able to rent a parking spot from the building. Well, that unfortunately is not realistic because every single spot belongs to an individual unit owner. You have to find somebody who's going to rent a spot to you. Parking spots in these buildings rent for $350 a month, and it's incredibly competitive to get a parking spot. So if you have a car, make sure that you get a unit that already comes with parking. Let me just continue taking you through this a little bit more. So this is basically the main bathroom here that's in the main living space. It has a walk-in shower stall. The shower stall is pretty large, and like I mentioned, the built-in kitchen as well. The master bedroom is actually this one here. So it's not the corner bedroom that's the master bedroom. So the master bedroom only has, these 2 windows, doesn't have the corner windows as well. But the bathroom, again, it has a large soaker tub, and the bathroom has a window in it as well, which, I kind of like. I think that the views is one of the big things about living in these buildings, and especially living so high up. Like, this unit's like on the 30th floor. So let's step out on the balcony real quick and just see what we can see here, this south view. So I can see CN Tower from here, actually. I'm not sure if you can see it in the back. There's IKEA. These are the Moderno condos there on Honeycrisp. You can see there's stuff being built here as well. You can see Dave & Buster's, Good Life Fitness, as I mentioned, IKEA. And over there, on the other side of Jane, I mean, many people won't remember this, but you see the old Palazzo nightclub. Yeah, that's right. I'm starting to feel old, reminiscing about all these places that used to be here that aren't here anymore. Now, the amenities in these buildings are still under construction, and the amenities are usually the last thing to be completed. But one thing that I really like the Menkes did here that they also did with their Harbor Plaza project, and probably other projects as well, is that they don't actually have a gym in the building. What they do is they have a gym in close proximity to the building, and they give residents a membership to that gym. So right now there is a Good Life Fitness here. There used to be an Extreme Fitness before, and I think before that used to be Bally Total Fitness. Again, I'm dating myself, but residents now get a membership to that Good Life Fitness. And eventually they are going to be building a new Good Life Fitness that's going to be attached to the building, and residents are going to get access through there. Now, Festival Condos is also going to have an indoor pool. And I can just see this area continuing to grow. However, today, the walkability is just not there to be so transit reliant. Like if you're looking for something that has more parking and vehicle, I guess, friendly, but you still want to be in the Vaughan area, I would look at maybe some of the Green Park projects that are beside Vaughan Mills. Nevertheless, though, this area continues to grow. And I'm going to actually take you outside after showing you the lobby and some of the other areas in the building that I can show you. I'm going to take you outside. I'm going to kind of just show you a little bit about what's in the area and what's in close proximity to this building. So a unit like this one, just to give you perspective, today with parking would rent out for about $2,600, $2,700 a month. And there's nothing really listed for purchase right now, but I anticipate that based on the resale values that I'm kind of seeing for the area, probably you can purchase something like this in the high sixes, low sevens. So that's about it for this unit. Let me take you outside, show you the lobby, show you some of the common areas that I can get into, show you the outdoor footprint, and then I'm going to also go over to VMC subway station and kind of show you the way to get there from here. So see you in a few minutes outside the unit. Let me just get the lights. So what I'm doing is I'm actually just checking the internet connectivity in the hallways, because one thing that I've experienced at building number 8 is that in the hallways there's literally no cell phone reception. So it does seem to be better in 28 than 8. One thing that I noticed here though are the hallways are a lot longer in 28.
Level 2. Going up.
So I'm now walking back to the concierge area. So each building does have 6 high-speed elevators. The elevators are also fob to floor, which is good for security. People can't just go up to any floor. And the exit corridor as well into the main lobby is also locked. Now, I did just go the wrong way. So we'll take a look here. This is actually my first time in building 28 because, like I mentioned, it did just go into interim occupancy, but it's interesting. Oh, maybe it's the other way then. Here's the elevator lobby for you as well. Oh, yeah, there we go. So I do think they have a pretty nice lobby with high ceilings as well. Like really good finishes. I mean, Menkes, compared to some of the Transit City buildings that have very, very basic lobbies where it's just literally just like a little area for the concierge to sit in a small waiting area, these buildings do have a large kind of waiting area in the lobby, and I frequently do see residents just kind of like hanging out here. So doing things like sitting here at the tables, using the tables to work. There's high ceilings, Chandeliers. Let me take you outside here onto Interchange Way and kind of show you where we're at, right? So here I am on the kind of walking towards Highway 7 and Interchange Way. They do have a pay and display parking garage underneath the building as well. You do see the buildings there behind me. And yeah, I mean, the closest, I guess, transit to you here is Viva, right? So they have a Viva and I think a Brampton Transit stop as well, just on Highway 7. But, you know, Highway 7 is still very, very much industrial, as you can see here. Very industrial, and it's quite a walk. Like, I'm to go over to on the other side of that KPMG building and see the, you know, get to VMC subway station from there. But yeah, very nice footprint here, and definitely I like the design that Menkes put into this project. So I'm on the other side of Highway 7 now, just at the RBC building here, which is just across the street from Festival Condos where I just was. And I just wanted to kind of show you what it would be like for somebody who was going to be, you know, walking over to VMC subway station from there. So you got to basically cross the street and you have to walk down here, down Interchange Way, which I guess is maybe called something else here on the other side of Highway 7, Edgeley Boulevard. And yeah, I mean, you're kind of doing this almost industrial walk there towards that PwC building, the KPMG building, and the Transit City buildings here. Now, as far as anything that's really, you know, within walking distance from you, I did mention that, you know, the closest grocery store would basically be Walmart, which is here, and there's also Maple Tree. I think that's what it's called. I guess there's another grocery store as well, which I'm not too familiar with. I guess they maybe just have one location here, but there's really not too many restaurants, coffee shops, or anything here today. And this is why, again, I keep emphasizing that, right? Like, when people tell me they want to move into this area, and I get people reaching out all the time about moving into Festival Condos or Transit City, one of these buildings, and, you know, they see a listing online, I don't know, a one bedroom for $2,100, and then, you know, they just realize there's no parking. So again, I think it's a big challenge, and people think that they can figure something out, but unfortunately you can't. You're just going to get tickets every single day. So it's going to take you here across the street, and it even says that it's an unassumed road and you should only use it at your own risk. So, you know, I mean, that kind of tells you that much about, you know, the amount of maintenance that's done here. And yeah, it's about a 10-minute walk to the subway, which may not seem very significant, but on a cold day or when it's raining hard, it's not that close. Now, I hope that they do build some other entrances into the subway on the other side, but as of today, I think there's nothing that I know of on that side of Highway 7. And they do have another project, 3201 Highway 7, which is going to be about 1,800 units that are going to be coming into this area. That's going to be completed in 2029. It's going to be a combination of condos and purpose-built rentals. And for those projects, they're only going to have 0.25 parking spots per unit, meaning that only one in every 4 units is actually going to have a parking spot. And they actually, in 2022, got an amendment to the zoning bylaw to reduce the amount of parking spots that they need to build. So I guess that was from the developer. So I'm not sure exactly, you know, about the political side of this, how much of this is urban planning and how much of this is just, you know, developers don't make that much money on parking, I guess. And maybe pay and display is better. They're better with pay and display and having limited parking spaces. That 1,800 unit complex is going to have only about 450, 460. I mean, just do the math, right? Divided by 4, that's how many parking spots they're going to have. So approaching this KPMG building here, which does have some banking in it as well, BMO, TD, there is a York Regional Police. I don't think this is a station as much as this is just a police detachment here. And yeah, there is an entrance there into VMC subway. This used to be a Future Shop, this Smart Centers building. Now I'm not really sure what's there anymore. It says home office, Smart Centers home office, so maybe it's a furniture building. So it says, 100 New Park Place. There you see the Transit City buildings emerging, and the VMC bus terminal as well. So as you can see, very industrial. There's nothing, I know there's a couple of coffee shops and stuff beside Transit City, but for now it's just a big commuter lot there and some condo buildings around. And parking at that commuter lot is about $30 a day, so that's not a solution either for somebody that's maybe doesn't have, who has a condo or whatever and doesn't have parking. Oh, there's a Shoppers Drug Mart. Shoppers Drug Mart there. So that's something. So yeah, it took me less than 10 minutes, maybe 7 minutes to walk here. Maybe there would be a more efficient way to walk, just walk down Highway 7 instead of walking around, but nevertheless, it's still a walk. So, just take you inside here. Yeah, so that's where I'm gonna finish off this video here at VMC subway station at Highway 7 and Jane. Showed you a little bit of Festival Condo, showed you a little bit about the area as well. As always, I do want to bring some extra value when I make these videos. I want to kind of show you not just the unit and not just the good things, but also give you all sides of every option, right? So this has been another episode of Your Toronto Condos. My name is Alex Winiecki. If you want more information about the Vaughan area, whether it's to lease, sell, or buy, I do have a link to book a call with me in the video description. If you're a condo buyer, I do have a guide for first-time condo buyers. Again, there's a link to that in the video description again. And this has been another episode of Your Toronto Condos. I'll see you next time.